Good evening and welcome to tonight's CWC Large School Conference football game between the Nekoosa Papermakers and the Stratford Tigers. I'm Dan Leonard along with our producer Gavin Zolik. We thank you for joining us here on Zaleski Sports for tonight's game. Nekoosa comes into tonight's game with 0-4 record, 0-2 in conference play. Papermakers has trouble start with their defense as they're giving up an average of 37 points per game thus far this season. Offensively, they're led by their fine senior running back, Jonathan Wenzel. The Tigers, meanwhile, are 2-1-1 and 2-0 in conference play. Last Friday night, the Tigers defeated the Shakopee Chiefs by a score of 21-7 behind 245 yards rushing by Kohler Kilty and two key fourth down touchdown passes from Braden Schuler to Ashton Wrench. Even though the game was two-score final margin, the game was very close, much in question until a fourth quarter interception by John Seitz, followed by a 5-minute drive, took enough time off the clock to ensure the victory for the Tigers. Once again, tonight's game is being played at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield as the Stratford field is being replanted with new grass along with the track resurface being replaced. So we thank Senior High in Marshfield for giving the Tigers an opportunity to at least have a home game. Stratford comes into tonight's game 2-0 in conference play, tied with Amherst and WIAA Fremont. Manawa and Wittenberg-Burnham are both 1-1. Nekoosa, Shiocton, and Spencer Columbus Catholic are 0-2. Key games tonight in the conference plays: Manawa and Wittenberg-Burnhamwood, Shiocton and WIAA Fremont. And then the last game is Spencer Columbus at Amherst. Kind of a key game here tonight for the Tigers before they get ready for some of the big guns coming up in conference play. Wittenberg-Burnhamwood next weekend with coming off of a crushing 31-28 loss last weekend at the hands of the Amherst Falcons. The following week, Stratford will play their homecoming game at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. WIAA Fremont goes into tonight's action at 2-0. And then the Tigers travel to Spencer to take on the Spencer Columbus Catholic. They're sitting at 0-2 in conference play. And then the final remaining conference game for the season, the Tigers will take on Amherst here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. As I mentioned earlier, Kohler Kilty with the big night rushing last week, 245 yards. Kohler has definitely been the workhorse for the Tigers thus far in the season. He's carried the ball 79 times in the first 4 games of the season, 571 yards, an average of 7.2 per carry, or 142 yards per game. Fouled in rushing by Connor Weigel with 109 yards, 6.8 average. Quarterback Braden Schuler of the Tigers completing 47% of his passes thus far this year for 327 yards, good for 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Leading receiver for the Tigers so far this season has been Ashton Wrench with 13 receptions, 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, with 2 of them being key touchdowns last week against Shiocton Chiefs.
Good evening, football fans.
We're going to join the public address announcer here, pregame introductions, along with the national anthem.
Community Stadium and Leadfield for tonight's conference contest between the Nekoosa Papermakers and your Stratford Tigers. Stratford and the WIAA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Tonight is youth football night. After halftime, we will recognize the youth flag and tackle teams and also the cheer squad. We would also like to thank tonight's touchdown t-shirt toss sponsor, the Stratford Quarterback Club. After every Tiger touchdown, be ready for a chance to catch a Stratford football t-shirt. At this time, we ask those who are able to please stand. Remove your hat and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem. To the band director, Mr. John Rickinger, and the Stratford High School Pep Band. And now for your starting lineup. Choosing to be announced as a team, the Nekoosa Papermakers. The Papermakers are coached by Cole.
Here's the starting defense tonight for the Stratford Tigers. At nose tackle, senior Cash Dahl. Defensive end, senior Isaiah Hadlock. Senior defensive end, Jackson Ormond. At one outside linebacker is junior Gavin Leonard. Other outside linebacker is senior John Seitz. Inside linebacker, senior Ryan Becker. Junior inside linebacker, Kohler Kilty. Junior defensive back, Peyton Glenn. The other defensive back is junior Cole Tishi. At safety, senior Connor Weigel. And the other safety is senior Ashton Wrench. Tigers are coached by Jason Tubbs.
Cornerback, junior number 1. Kilty. That's strong safety. Junior number 23. Gavin Leonard.
Tigers defense being introduced here at Hiding Field.
Number 24.
Hiding Stadium, Len Lukey Field. What a beautiful complex this place, isn't it? Tigers are so lucky to be able to have some of their home games here for this season while the other field is being renovated.
Senior number 58. John Seitz III. Nose tackle. A senior number 59. Cash Dahl.
As I mentioned earlier, Nekoosa only with 3 seniors, 4 juniors, and the rest of their club is sophomores. A lot of youngsters on this team. They are led by their fine running back, senior Jonathan Wenzel.
I'd like to recognize the officials tonight. They hail from Maryland, Rhinelander. Sean Umlin.
Referees for tonight's game: Sean Umland, Buck Steiniger, Kevin Kirby, Randy Quaid, and Tom Myers. They are from Minocqua, Merrill, and the Rhinelander area. Tigers will be receiving the opening kick for tonight's game. Doing the kicking for the Papermakers, Joseph Bertlig. Deep for the Tigers will be Peyton Glenn and Connor Weigel.
For the Papermakers, number 59, Joseph Bertley.
Once again, Tigers coming in at 2-0 in conference play. Nekoosa at 0-2. You never know on what night. Here's the kick. Taken by Gavin Leonard. He's at the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown. 78-yard touchdown on the opening kickoff by Gavin Leonard. Puts the Tigers on top quickly, 6-0.
Get ready for those t-shirts, Tigers fans.
Gavin caught the ball in about the middle of the field, took it to the right side, and once he got through the first wall of defenders, it was just strictly a foot race, easily outrunning Nekoosa's kickoff coverage team into the end zone for a touchdown to put the Tigers on top, 6-0. Danielson in to attempt the extra point for the Tigers. Here's the snap. Hold is down and the kick is up. And the kick is good.
Extra point is good for Danielson.
Danielson with the extra points. The Tigers on top, 7-0. 15 seconds off the clock. Tigers are on the board. Fans haven't had much of a chance even to get in their seats. Opening kickoff, returned for a touchdown. Tigers will kick off. Doing the kicking for the Tigers is Braden Schuler. Deep for the Papermakers, Jaden Hughes, along with Francisco Vega.
Kicking off number 12.
Schuler's got it teed up and ready to go for the Tigers. Once again, if you tuned in late, you missed the 78-yard opening kickoff returned by Gavin Leonard to put the Tigers on top 3-0. Here's Schuler's kick. Comes down at the 24-yard line. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Return was Jordan Posh. Papermakers take over 1st and 10 from the 32. Come out in the shotgun. 2 wide to the left, 1 slot to the right. Here's the handoff to Wenzel up the middle. He's their workhorse. Gain of 3 on the play. Brought down on the play, one of the tackles, Jackson Ormond for the Tigers.
Tackle on the play, Kohler Kilty.
Along with Kohler Kilty. 2nd and 7, ball at the 35-yard line. Once again, we got Double wide to the left, slot to the right. Kretschmar, the quarterback, man in motion. The snap is high, and he fumbles on it. Kretschmar lands on top of it. Loss of about 8 yards on the play. I'll make it 5 yards on the play. 3rd and 15, ball's back at the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. 3rd down for the Papermakers. Here's Kretschmer back in the shotgun. And there was one of the offensive linemen jumped a little early for the Papermakers. It's going to set them back 5 more yards.
Nekoosa, back it up 5.
It'll make it 3rd and 19. Ball back at the 23-yard line. Just underway here, 10:15 remaining in the opening quarter. Glenn Lutkey Field here at Heiting Stadium in Marshfield. Mostly cloudy, humid night, no wind, very little breeze. Here's Kretschmer's back to pass. Pass intended for Wintland is incomplete. Brings up 4th and 19.
4th down.
Deep for the Tigers for punting. Return is Wrench along with Glenn.
Wrench and Glenn are back deep for the Tigers.
Here's the snap. Kick. Nice kick. Bounces about the 37-yard line. Picked up by Peyton Glenn. He's got a wall on the right side. And he gets through it. Tripped up at the 33-yard line. The Tigers will take over 1st and 10 at the 33.
First and 10 Tigers.
Nice wall set up right in front of the Tigers bench. Just tripped up. Tigers will start at the 33, 1st and 10. Split wide, left and right, slot left. And we have a flag, illegal procedure against the Tigers.
Procedure penalty against the Tigers. Moving back 5 will be 1st and 15.
Going to move the ball back 5 yards, making it 1st and 15. Back at the 38-yard line. Tigers back up to the line. Here's the handoff to Kilty. Going around the left side. He's got room. Gain down to about the 27-yard line. Gain of 10 on the play. Brought down by Wentland.
2nd and 5, Tigers from the 28.
Gonna hear Kilty's name quite often tonight. 2nd and 5, ball at the 28. Here's Schuler, quick drop. Looking down the middle, Wrench was wide open. Pass was overthrown.
Schuller's pass intended for Wrench is incomplete.
Makes it 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. Last week, Schuler found Wrench twice for touchdowns, both of them on 4th down conversions. Tigers back up to the line, 3rd and 5. Here's a quick pass over the middle, complete to Wrench this time. Brought down at the 5-yard line.
First and 10, Tigers.
Brought down on the play by Justin Thielen. First and goal for the Tigers. Ball's at the 5. Here's the handoff to Kilty. He's headed to the right. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run. Kohler Kilty puts the Tigers on the board once again at the 8-13 mark of the first quarter. 5-yard touchdown run. They can get Stratford 13, Nekoosa nothing. Tigers come out 5 to the left. Now they shift back into their normal extra point setup. Danielson on to attempt the extra point. Here's the snap. Hold is down. The kick is up. Kick is good.
Extra point by Danielson is good.
Ivan Danielson with the extra point puts the Tigers on the board 14 to nothing. We'll take this moment to get a word from one of our sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Stratford Tiger Football here on Zaleski Sports.
Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar.
All right, back here at Hiding Stadium, Stratford Tigers and Nekoosa Papermakers. 8:13 remaining in the first quarter. The Tigers score again. 5-yard run by Kohler Kilty, making the score Stratford 14, Nekoosa nothing. Schuler to kick off for the Tigers. Here's a kick taken at the 16-yard line. Brought right up the middle. Brought down at the 28-yard line.
Bosch on the return. Tackle made by Ryan Becker.
Ryan Becker on the tackle for the Tigers. Nekoosa takes over, 1st and 10.
First and 10, Nekoosa at the 28.
Tigers, 2 quick touchdowns here. Nekoosa back up to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. Hand off to Danielson. Excuse me, it wasn't Danielson this time. Posh on the carry.
Posh on the run.
No gain on the play.
Tackle by Cash Dahl.
Cash Dahl on the tackle for the Tigers.
For 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Ball still at the 28-yard line. Nice crowd here tonight at Ludke Field. It's youth night football for Stratford Tigers. All the youngsters in the youth programs, along with the cheer squads, will be introduced to the people here in attendance at halftime. Here's the handoff to Danielson. He's into the secondary. He's at the 50, the 40, the 35, 30, 25, 20, 10. Tackled at the 10-yard line just by the shoe tip. Huge gain. Jonathan Wenzel for the Papermakers.
First and 10, Papermakers at the 9.
Brought down on the play by
First and goal.
Wrench. 1st and goal for the Nekoosa. Ball at the 9-yard line. A 63-yard run by Wenzel. Quarterback on the keeper, Kretschmar. Loss of 2 on the play. Loss of 1 on the play. Back to the 10.
Brings up
Second and goal from the 10. Some nice fake in the backfield. Tiger defense went for and Wenzel was able to break into the open. Here's the handoff to Wenzel again. Fighting his way. Dropped down at the 7-yard line.
Wenzel on the run for 3 yards.
Connor Weigel on the tackle for the Tiger. Gain of 3 on the play. Third and goal. Ball's at the 7-yard line. As I mentioned in the pregame, Wenzel does have close to 500 yards rushing in his first 4 games for Nekoosa, basically their whole offense. Here's a quick pass by Kretschmar, intended for Wintland, is incomplete. Brings up 4th and 7 for the Papermakers.
Leonard on the coverage brings up 4th and goal from the 7.
Broken up on the play by Gavin Leonard. Nekoosa will go for it on 4th down. Double wide to the left, slot to the right. 4th and 7, ball's at the 7. Here's Kretschmar again, quick pass over the middle. Touchdown, Papermakers.
Touchdown.
7-yard touchdown pass. Jaden Hughes. Puts the Papermakers on the board. 5:41 remaining here in the first quarter. Stratford 14. Nekoosa 6. Lining up for the 2-point conversion. Here's a direct snap to Danielson, trying to head over the left side, and he is into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Tough running there by Wenzel.
Brings the score to 14-8. Tigers with 5:41 left in the first.
Good for the 2-point conversion, making the score Stratford 14, Nekoosa 8. We'll take a quick timeout from one of our sponsors. You're listening to Stratford Tiger Football here on Zaleski Sports.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. There are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
Back at Len Ludke Field here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. Nekoosa just scored a touchdown and the 2-point conversion, making the score Stratford 14, Nekoosa 8. Deep for the Tigers. Weigel and Glenn. Bertling to kick for the Papermakers, and the ball falls off the tee. Reset. Here's the kick. Taken this time by Weigel. At about the 23-yard line, he's trying to head up to the left side, and he slips on the turf.
Weigel on the return.
Down at the 38-yard line. Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Turf's a little different after practicing all week on grass. Field turf here at Ludke Field. Beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to attend either a Marshfield or a Stratford game, you'll really be impressed with this facility. Tigers at the line, 1st and 10. 5:35 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Schiller on the keeper, trying to get around the right side. He's up to the 40 and brought down there. Brought down on the play by Sam Ward.
By number 53, Sam Ward.
Gain of 2 on the play.
2nd and 8.
2nd and 8, balls at the 40. Kind of a slow developing play for the Tigers that time. Nekoosa did a good job of stringing it out. Tigers back up to the line in a shotgun. Wide right, wide left, slot to the left. Kilty standing next to Schiller in the backfield. Here's the handoff to Kilty. He's around the left side. Down to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 47.
Ball's at the 47. 1st and 10 Tigers.
Gain of 13 on the play. Giving the Tigers a 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Kilty this time lined up on the left side of Schiller in the backfield. Here's the snap. Quick handoff right up the middle to Kilty.
Kilty on the run for about 7 yards.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Tackle by Ward.
2nd and 4. Sam Ward on the tackle for the Papermakers. 2nd and 4, ball at the 41.
2nd and 4.
This time Kilty's lined up on the left side. Here's the snap to Schiller. Fake, rolls to his left, looking downfield. Pass intended for Wrench.
Pass for Wrench is
Incomplete.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 for the Tigers. 3:42 here remaining in the first quarter. Stratford 14, Nekoosa 8. Braden puts a lot of miles on in the game, running to the sideline to get to the play. Tigers break the huddle, back up to the line. Kilty on the right side of Schiller this time. Here's the handoff, right up to Miller. Kilty's got a 1st down. He breaks into the secondary. One man to beat, trips him up.
Kilty on the run.
Brought down at the 22-yard line.
Tackled by number 22, Vega.
Gain of 18.
Gain of 18. It'll be 1st and 10 Tigers.
Brought down by Vega. Kilty up to unofficially 52 yards rushing in here in the first quarter. Tigers out, break the huddle, 1st and 10, ball at the 22. Here's a quick pass, complete to Wrench, around the right side, breaks down, he's inside the 10. Tackled by Vega.
Tackled by number 22, Vega.
Taken down at the 8-yard line. It will be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Tigers.
Gain of 14 on the last play. 1st and goal. Clock down to 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Tigers trying to answer the drive. Last scoring drive by the Papermakers. Comes the man across the motion. Hand off to Kilty right up the middle. He's inside the 5. Taken down at the 3-yard line.
Kilty on the run.
Gain of
Tackled by number 88, Armstead.
4 on the play.
2nd and goal from the 4.
Damian Arnstead on the tackle for the Papermakers. Nekoosa with a lot of sophomores in their starting lineup. Basically all their linemen are sophomores. 2nd and 3. 2nd and goal from the 3. Here's a quick pass over the middle to Wrench. Touchdown. 3-yard touchdown pass from Schuler to Wrench. Makes the score Stratford 20, Nekoosa 8. Exactly 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Just a quick slant over the middle. That'd be Wrench's 4th touchdown reception of the year. Schuler's 6th touchdown pass. Tigers this time line up to go for 2 points. Here's Schuler scrambling around, looks over the middle. Pass, 2-point conversion, complete to Wrench. 2-point conversion is good, making the score Stratford 22, Nekoosa 8. We'll take this moment for some of our sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Stratford Tiger Football on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Back here at Lidke Field, Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. Stratford Tigers football. I'm Dan Leonard with my producer Gavin Zolik. We thank you for watching Zaleski Sports, joining us tonight. The Tigers score for the 3rd time here in the first quarter, making it Stratford 22, Nekoosa 8. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Danielson lining up for the Tigers to kick it off. Here's the kick, a low line drive. Takes a bounce, still bouncing around, picks it up around the 10-yard line. Is Vega, brought down rather quickly.
Vega on the return. Tackle by number 5,
Schmidt on the tackle for the Tigers. Nekoosa takes over 1st and 10. Ball's at the 16-yard line.
Nekoosa.
Nekoosa breaks huddle. He got wide, doubles wide. Here's the handoff. Oh, fake handoff. Crept by Kretschmar.
Meyer on the keeper.
Brought down
Tackled by Ryan Becker.
Ryan Becker for the Tigers. Loss of 4 on the play.
Loss of 4 brings up
Makes it 2nd and 14. Ball back at the 12-yard line. .124 remaining here in the first quarter. Nekoosa back up to the line of scrimmage. Doubles wide to the right. Here's the stop to Kretschmar. Fake handoff. Looking deep for pass intended for Hughes is incomplete.
Kirchmeyer's pass intended for Hughes is incomplete. It's up 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14 for Nekoosa. Guarded closely on the play by Peyton Glenn for the Tigers. Third and 14. Double wide to the right, slot to the left. Here's the snap, back to Kretschmar. Whirls to the right. Pass intended for Wintland is incomplete.
Kirchmeyer's pass for Whitman is incomplete.
He'll make it 4th and 14.
Papermakers.
It's a quick rollout to the right side. Tried to catch Wintland. Pass led him too far and too high. Incomplete. 4th down. Deep for the Tigers. Peyton Glenn. Here's the snap. Nice kick. Beautiful Nekoosa roll. Ball rolls out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Punt goes out of bounds at the 38. Be first and 10 Tigers.
Be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 51 seconds here remaining in the first quarter. Tigers with a 22-8 lead. Joined us late. Gavin Leonard returned the opening kickoff, 78 yards for a touchdown. Touchdown run by Kohler Kilty at 5 yards. And a 4-yard touchdown pass to Wrench for the last Tiger touchdown. Making it 22-8. Tigers up to the line. Here's the snap to Schuler. Keeps it, heading around the right side. This time he's stirring out. Brought down with a gain of 4 on the play.
Runs to the right. Tackle by Kirchmeyer. Spice on the assist.
Spice on the tackle for the Papermakers. Gain of 6 on the play.
Gain of 6 brings up
2nd and 4. Ball's at the 44. And we have time yet for one more play yet in the first quarter here. Slot to the left. Wide right. Here's the handoff to Kilty. Headed around the left side. Brought down at the 49-yard line.
Kilty on the run. Tackle by Ward.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Gain of 7. That'll be a 1st and 10 Tigers.
That'll give the Tigers a 1st down at the 49-yard line. And the first quarter comes to the end with the score. Stratford Tigers 22, Nekoosa Papermakers 8. We'll take a quick moment for some words from our fine sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Zaleski Sports and Stratford Tiger Football.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
All right, we're back here at Len Ludke Field, Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. End of the first quarter, Stratford leads 22, Nekoosa Papermakers 8. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball's at the Nekoosa 49-yard line. There's a man in motion. Here's the handoff to Glenn. Trying to sweep around the right side. He breaks up inside. He's down inside the 35. Brought down at the 32-yard line.
Glenn on the run. Tackle by Wenzel.
Gain of 18 on the play. First and 10 for the Tigers, down at the 32-yard line.
Ball's at the 32. First and 10 Tigers.
Tigers back up to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap, handoff to Kilty. Counter coming back with Weigel. He breaks into the secondary. He's in the clear. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown. 32-yard touchdown run by Connor Weigel. Makes the score Stratford 28, Nekoosa 8. Handed it to Kilty, who handed it to Weigel on the counter play, coming back from the right side to the left. And once he got around the left corner, there was only one guy there with 3 Tiger blockers out in front of him. Not to be denied. Here's the Tigers lining up for the extra point kick. Danielson to kick for the Tigers. Here's the snap. Holds down. The kick is up. Kick is no good.
Extra point for the Tigers is no good. Makes the score 28-8.
28-8. Tigers remain on top. 11:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Take a minute. Heartland Farms is a 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm producing many varieties of chipping potatoes and currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. They are currently the cream of the crop in the potato farming business. Learn more at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. All right, we're back here at Wendlucky Field, Hiding Stadium. Tigers now lead 28-8 over the Nekoosa.
For the paper makers.
Kicking off for the Tigers
Set to kick off.
be Danielson. The extra point on the last touchdown was no good. Here's the kick. Fielded by Armstead.
Armstead on the return.
Once again brought down on the kickoff by Logan Schmidt
By Schmidt and Foles.
and Matt Foles. Nekoosa will take over first and 10. The ball's at the 38-yard line.
First and 10 Nekoosa from the 38.
There's a man in motion. Hand off to Daniels. This is the same play that he got the long run on before. He almost broke it again.
Wenzel on the run. Tackle by Weigel.
Gain of 10. Jonathan Wenzel on the carry. Be a first down for Nekoosa.
That's enough for a first down.
Ball at the 48-yard line.
Nekoosa from the 48.
It's 2 times they ran that play, both times for good yardage. Here's the snap. Fake handoff. Pitch to Wenzel, trying to head around the left side.
Wenzel on the run.
No carry.
On the tackle.
Brought down by Ryan Becker. Cash Dahl. No gain, 2nd and 10. Ball remains at the 48-yard line. Wenzel is one of the 3 seniors on the Papermaker roster for this season. Here's the handoff once again to Wenzel.
Wenzel on the run.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Tackle by Weigel.
Connor Weigel on the tackle for the Tigers. Gain of 5.
It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 48.
Ball at the 48. 3rd and 6 for the Papermakers.
teacher. Didn't you say, is he a teacher? He's my coach. I thought you said, is he a teacher? He's a teacher coach. Is that a teacher?
Here's the flag. It looks like an illegal procedure on the papermaker's right end.
Procedure penalty against Nekoosa.
That'll move the ball back to the 47-yard line. Make it 3rd and 11.
47.
Just a quick flinch by the tight end, enough to draw the penalty. 3rd and 11, ball back at the 47. Double wide to the left, slot to the right. Here's the same play, handoff again to Wenzel.
Wenzel on run. Tackled by Weigel. Assisted by Kilty.
Weigel on the tackle for the Tigers.
4th and 7 from the 49.
Gain of 4 on the play. Be 4th and 7, ball's at the Tiger 49-yard line. 8:55 remaining here in the second quarter. Stratford with a 28-8 lead over the Papermakers. Nekoosa comes out to go for it on 4th down. Here's the snap to Kretschmer. Quick pass, looking for Hughes. It's tipped up in the air, and he almost caught it on the deflection.
Kretschmer's pass to Hughes is incomplete.
Broken up nicely on the play by Ashton Wrench. The Tigers will take over. First and 10 Tigers. Ball will be at the 49-yard line. Tigers back up to the line of scrimmage. Kohler lined up on the right side of Schuler. Here's the handoff. No, quick pass over the middle. Intended for Wrench. Off his fingertips. He's got to put a little bit more air on that. It was wide open. Pass was incomplete. If he'd have let him a little bit more loft, Wrench was in the clear. Easy touchdown for the Tigers. Brings up 2nd and 10, ball at the 49. Here's Schuler on the keeper. Brought down at the 48-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play.
Gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. Ball now at the Nekoosa 48-yard line. Quarterback option, whether he wanted to hand it off to Kilty or keep it himself. That time he chose to keep it himself and went around the right side. 3rd and 7. Kilty lined up right side of Schuler. Here's the pass. This time intended for
Schuler's pass is incomplete. Intended for Tishy.
Tishy. Incomplete. Makes it 4th down.
Brings up 4th down for the Tigers.
It was between Wrench and Tishy. They both kind of stood there looking at which one it was for. 4th and 7. Schuler now 3 for 7 passing for the Tigers. Here's the 4th down. Here's a handoff to Kilty. Head around the left side. He's brought down at the 42.
Run for Kilty. Tackled by Warren.
Just shy of the 1st down. Nekoosa's going to take over on downs.
Be a turnover for the Tigers on downs. First and 10, Nekoosa from the 42.
Gain of 6 on the play, but leaves the Tigers 1 yard short. Nekoosa takes over. 7:34 remaining in the second quarter. Nekoosa back up to the line of scrimmage. Wide right, slot, double slot. Here's the snap and went over his head. There's a fumble on the play, and it looks like the Tigers may have it.
Nekoosa fumble on the play is recovered.
Headlock with the recovery for the Tigers.
Ball's at the 34. First and 10, Tigers.
Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. 7:30 remaining here. Wide, double wide to the right, slot to the left. Kilty lined up to the right of Schuler. Here's the snap. Pass complete to, might be Wrench. He's down inside the 5, brought down at the 2-yard line.
Pass is complete. Takes down to the 2-yard line. First and goal, Tigers.
32-yard pass. Down to the 2. Down to the 3. First and goal for the Tigers. That ball at the 3-yard line. Here's the handoff to Kilty. Touchdown, Tigers.
Kilty's in for the touchdown.
3-yard touchdown run by Kohler Kilty. Puts the Tigers on the board once again, making it Stratford 34, Nekoosa 8. 6:52 remaining here in the second quarter. The Tiger down in the end zone.
Just a reminder, at halftime, we'll be recognizing the Stratford Youth Cheer Squad, as well as the Youth Tackle and Youth Playing teams. So make sure you stick around.
Not sure who the injured player is for the Tigers.
Listen to the band.
He's up on his feet now. Could have been a cramp. We've seen enough of those the first couple weeks. Evan Danielson was the injured Tiger on the last play, but he is walking off the field on his own power. First couple weeks of the season, hot, muggy, damp nights. A lot of cramping. Both teams, Tigers and their opponent, the first couple weeks.
They should not have those people throwing them from down there because they'll be throwing up.
Schuler lining up to kick the extra point this time for the Tigers.
That's only for the Lions meetings.
Here's the placement, the kick down, a line drive kick, and the kick is good. Braden Schuler with the extra point kick.
Makes the score.
Stratford 35, Nekoosa 8. 6:52 remaining here in the second quarter. We'll take this moment for some of our sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Stratford Tiger Football on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
All right, back here live at Licky Field. Stratford once again scores, making it 35-8. Schuler to kick for the Tigers. Here's the kick, fielded at the 15-yard line by Hughes. He's out to around the 34-yard line. Nekoosa will take over 1st and 10 from the 34. Brought down on the play by Matt Foles of the Tigers. Nekoosa back up to the line. Wide left, slot, double slot. Here's the snap to Kretschmer. Quick handoff to Wenzel.
Wenzel on the run, tackled by Weigel.
Gain of 12 on the play. Connor Weigel on the tackle. Wenzel has had some success running the ball tonight. Basically the same offensive play there. 1st and 10 for the Papermakers. Ball's at the 46-yard line. 6:24 remaining here in the first quarter. Here's the handoff once again to Wenzel. Trying to go over the left side this time.
Wenzel on the run.
No room this time. Loss of a yard. Back to the 45.
Loss of a yard. Sights on the tackle.
Tackled that time by John Seitz. 2nd and 11. Ball at the 45. Here's the handoff to Wenzel, and he's met right away, immediately, as he got the ball from Kretschmer.
Wenzel on the run.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 11. Ball still at the 45.
Tackled by Becker.
Ryan Becker on the hit for the Tigers.
3rd and 11 from the 45.
There's Kretschmer back in the pocket. Looking deep. Pass intended for Vega.
Pass is incomplete.
Broken up on the play, or defended on the play by Schuler. Bring up 4th and 11.
4th and 11 from the 45.
Looks like the Papermakers will go for it again. 35-8 lead by the Tigers here, midway through the second quarter. 4th and 11, ball at the 45-yard line. Here's Kretschmer again, looking for Hughes. Incomplete. Double covered on the play. Pass was overthrown by 5 yards. Tigers hold will take over on downs. 4:58 remaining here in the second quarter. Tigers take over 1st and 10 from the 45. Tigers hoping to Maybe tack on another touchdown here before halftime. Tigers come out double slot left. Here's Schuler back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Pass complete to Tishy. Gain of 11 on the play.
Wrench's pass to Tishy is complete. For 11 yards, it's enough for Stratford. Touchdown.
Brought down on the play by Wenzel. Down at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 Tigers. Clock running now down to 4:44 remaining in the second quarter. Here's the pass complete to Kilty out of the backfield. He's around the right side, down inside the 15-yard line. Brought down by Armstead.
First and 10 Tigers. Tackle on the play by
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 13-yard line. Gain of 21 yards on the last play. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Here's Schiller running to the left. Pass complete to Kilty. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. 13-yard touchdown pass from Schiller to Kaylor Kilty. Puts the Tigers on the board once again, making it Tigers 41, Nekoosa 8. 3:52 remaining here in the first quarter.
Lining up to kick number 80, Henry Zaleski.
Henry Zaleski in for the Tigers to attempt the PAT. There's a snap, kicks down, and the kick is good. Just sneaks over the crossbar. Making the score Stratford 42, Nekoosa 8. We'll take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Stratford Tiger Football here on Zaleski Sports.
For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talent and expertise of big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontist, orthodontist, and pediatric dentist, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for our patients of all ages from 1 to 100. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our community and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
All right, back here at Len Ludke Field, Tigers score again, making it 42-8. 3:52 remaining in the second quarter. Danielson kicks off for the Tigers, taken by Hughes. He's up to around the 31-yard line.
Hughes on the run, tackle by Foles. Assisted by Caleb Wrench.
Nekoosa takes over first down and 10, balls at the 31-yard line. Nekoosa with a lot of young players. Almost their whole entire offensive line is sophomores. Kretschmar, the quarterback, is also a sophomore. Here's the handoff to Wenzel. Fumble on the play.
Wenzel on the run. Tackle for a loss. Tackle by Dahl.
There was a fumble on the play, but I don't think anybody saw it. A loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14. Ball back at the 27-yard line. Here's Nekoosa up to breaks the huddle. Kretschmar back to pass. Looking deep, intended for Hughes. Just overthrows him.
Kretschmar's pass intended for Hughes is incomplete.
Nice coverage on the play by Peyton Glenn.
Covered by Glenn and Wrench.
Makes up 3rd and 14 for the Papermakers. 3:10 remaining here in the first half.
27.
Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. Stratford 42, Nekoosa 8.
You know what I mean. It's a t-shirt talk, not a t-shirt get.
Double wide to the right, slot left. Here's the handoff to Wenzel over the left side. Gain of 4 on the play. Brings up 4th and 10. Tackled at the 31.
Tackled by Wrench. Dahl and Seitz.
Dahl and Seitz on the tackle for the Tigers. Ball at the 31-yard line, 4th and 10. This time the Papermakers line up in punt formation. And the Papermakers are going to call timeout.
Timeout Nekoosa.
2:18 remaining here in the first half. We'll keep it here.
This time we'd also like to thank tonight's official scorekeeper, Paul Rozak.
Some of our sponsors here. Stratford Homes. Take the first step to building your customized home with Stratford Homes. Visit StratfordHomes.com to see floor plans, schedule a tour, or begin the design of your new customized home from Stratford Homes. With a 110,000 square foot indoor construction facility and model home village located in the heart of central Wisconsin, Stratford Homes has been an industry leader in the systems-built home market since 1973. Visit StratfordHomes.com today to get your new home started. All right, we're back here live at Glenn Ludke Field, Hiding Stadium. Papermakers lined up to punt on 4th and 10 after a quick timeout. 2:18 remaining here in the first half. Here's the snap. Bertling's punt. Bounces, takes a decent Nekoosa roll. And rolls dead at the 36-yard line. Tigers will take over there.
Down by Bertling.
Take a minute, a couple seconds here for another one of our sponsors. Stone Innovations of Pulver is here to serve you. Stone Innovations specializes in the fabrication, design, and installation of stone countertops. Stone Innovations Incorporated operates with the most advanced fabrication equipment in the industry. Visit stoneinnovations.net to begin your order. All right, Tigers take over 1st and 10. Ball's at the 36-yard line. 2:05 remaining here in the first half. Stratford with a 42-8 lead over Nekoosa. Here's the handoff to Kilty right up the middle. Brought down at the 49-yard line.
Posh on the tackle.
Jordan Posh on the tackle for Nekoosa.
That's enough for the Stratford Tigers. First down.
First and 10, ball's now at the 49. Tigers up to the line. Here's the handoff once again to Kilty over the left side. Gain of 3 on the play.
Guilty on the rush. Tackle by Posh and Ward.
Brought down by Sam Ward and Posh. Gain of 3. Second and 7, ball at the 46-yard line. Clock now down to 1:15 remaining in the first half. Tigers got double wide to the right, slot to the left. Kilty lined up next to Schiller. Here's a quick pass. No, he did not get it off. Schiller trying to get out of the grasp of Justin Thielen.
Schiller sacked on the play by Thielen.
We're going to have a loss of a couple yards on the play, loss of 3.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Ball back to the 49-yard line. Down to 21 seconds remaining in the first half. 3rd and 10 Tigers. Here's the handoff to Glenn. Cuts up inside. Gain of 10 on the play.
And that's enough for a first down.
10-yard run by Peyton Glenn. Takes the ball down to the 39-yard line, giving the Tigers just enough for a first down. And the Tigers are just going to let the clock run out here at the end of first half with the score Stratford Tigers 42, then the Nekoosa Papermakers 8.
And that's your halftime.
Stratford with the nice job first half controlling the line of scrimmage against a very young and inexperienced Nekoosa team. At this time we're going to take a timeout and have our halftime show. Once again, you're listening to Zaleski Sports, Stratford Tiger Football, and here's our halftime show.
Time now for the Jerry Sin Show, recorded at Edgar Family Restaurant in Edgar, and sponsored by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan, promises kept, plain and simple. Visit securityhealth.org today. Welcome to the Jerry Sin Show. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, here at Edgar Family Restaurant on Edgar's lovely north side. Here visiting with Coach Sins again today. Coach, let's first start. You missed your second ever game from the sidelines. Of course, you had a good reason. We'll talk about that later on during our talk here today. But what you missed was 42-0 over at Rosholt. We'll go to the end of the game first. Sometimes in those games that are one-sided, there's an advantage to that. One, hopefully injury-free. You want to stay healthy in those types of games. But players that will be featured in 2023, in 2024 get to have some playing time. So how do you and the coaches take advantage of situations like that and let the future kids come in and get some work on a Friday night?
Oh yeah, you're completely correct there, and we've tried to do that pretty much all the time for years and years. If you're fortunate enough to get ahead, then you can keep your starters healthy. That's why we very seldom have any starters with gaudy statistics, because they don't get many opportunities to build those kinds of stats. And of course, the young guys get playing time. They stay interested, they stay motivated and involved, and of course, yeah, then the next year they have some varsity experience from those situations. Yeah, we were ahead 35, to nothing, I believe, at halftime. So I wasn't there to witness it for sure, but I'm reasonably sure that, yeah, most of our JVs got to play probably pretty much the second half.
Yeah, and a big advantage for that, because there's a huge step up from practice during the week to the lights are on, the people are in the stands and all that. There's some pressure in that, especially for a freshman or a sophomore. So to feel that pressure early on in their career helps them definitely later on. You hopped on an airplane on Wednesday. Game was on Friday. So coming into Wednesday, what was your message to the team? How did you handle communicating with them and still helping them to get ready for that game on Friday night?
Yeah, I had to let them know on Sunday when we had the film session following the Pacelli game, where we were looking at Pacelli and then watching Rosholt, that I would not be there the following Friday. and why I would not be there. And of course, many of our kids are at least aware of my grandson because he's kind of one of the top-rated players in the state of California. So they've seen him on film and so on, and I told them, well, I've never seen him play a game, and I think this is the best week of the year maybe to do it. They're playing their crosstown rivals, so it'll be a big game. And so yeah, I left early on Wednesday morning. I had completed practice plans for Wednesday and Thursday and left them with one of the assistant coaches to put up and so on. We already had the defensive game plan in. The offensive play script, we were just, we had talked about spread the ball around, let everybody, get involved and so on. So, and of course, it worked out pretty well that way. Fortunately, we got a JV game in with them on Monday too down there, so that was good. So the kids got to play a little more, and some of the younger guys got to play. But everything worked out well, other than the weather in California, which was a mess.
We'll tell everybody how that all went at the end of the show, because I think it's an interesting story. It's something that we don't hear around here. Here we shovel snow, but that's kind of our big complaint year-round in this area of the country anyway. All right, so no big deal this Friday. Just got the defending state champs coming in to play football. Now you're no stranger to big games, and over the years and games at your place or on the road, we can go through the whole history of them. But this is a pretty big game, and Colby in conference now, so it's a conference game on top of it. How do you go about talking to your guys about that? They're the state champs coming in, and how do you keep everybody level and just focus on Edgar Wildcats football?
Well, yeah, we started, of course, right away on Sunday night. We had film at 5 o'clock on Sunday night, and I got home at about 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon after changing my flight plans because of the game getting switched. But yeah, we began talking about it immediately. And of course, we look at film and try to explain to them that no, it will not be a game like the last 2 weeks have been.
Right.
It'll be a game more similar to the Stratford game, which was our second game of the year, which was more of a defensive battle. And fortunately, we came out, on top of that one. But it was a good, hard-hitting game from start to finish. And of course, the kids remember, playing at Colby last year. We have quite a few guys back that actually played in varsity last year. So they're certainly aware of the fact that the game is going to be hard fought from start to finish. And the practice routine has been good this week. The focus has been good. So I think we're ready to probably play well.
Jim Hagan, coach of the Colby Hornets, has had a lot of success over there. What do you know about Jim? What's your relationship or your history with Coach Hagan?
Well, I haven't met them all that much because they've only been in the conference a couple of years now. And of course, the first year was 2020 where we had the COVID situation. Mm-hmm. We used to play Colby a little more years ago, and he was on the staff at that time too. But yeah, I went and listened to him talk at the clinic in Madison last year. He spoke a while, and then his O&D coordinator spoke and so on. So we're somewhat familiar with him. We know the style, that they play. They've gotten a little more wide open now too. They use many more formations and offenses than they used to. They just play hard-nosed defense. They always have a good kicking game. They always have a good punter and a good kicker. So they do a lot of the same kinds of things that we try to do, and so it'll be a tough battle.
You mentioned some similarities, or at least some comparisons between the game that you hosted against Stratford and now Colby. So Kohler Kilty, running back for Stratford, kind of a big bruiser, a little younger guy, but a bigger bruiser. Now you got Caden Healy, that I'm sure you've seen on film, almost 500 yards rushing. What did that game against Stratford do specifically defensive-wise to help your kids understand that here's another good running back that's coming in here this week?
Well, yeah, Healy is a different type of a runner. He's more of a slasher and a speed guy, where Kilty was more of a power guy, even though he, had some finesse too. But yeah, it's a different situation. Their blocking schemes, of course, are different too. The formations are similar. Certainly they know, because they know from last year, when we played him, that he scored a touchdown or two in the game last year. Last year he played it a little bit different position than he's playing now. He was more their wing reverse guy, where now he's like their featured back. But yeah, they're certainly aware of it. Lopez is another, good runner for them. They have a littler guy. His name is Rude.
Yeah, Rude.
Too.
Yep.
It's a quick, shifty little guy that is now doing the things that Healy was doing more last year. And so once again, the kids are aware that he can break one if you don't stay awake and so on. Quarterback has a pretty good arm, throws the ball pretty well too. So yeah, they have a good, varied offensive attack, and you can't really focus too much on one thing or somebody else will beat you.
Homecoming week, on top of everything else that's going on. For me, homecoming was more about the other, the school in general and the community and the town. But still, there's a chance that some of the guys could lose some focus, get wrapped up in the homecoming activities, make sure they've got a date for the dance and all those kind of things. And how do you keep their head straight on homecoming week?
Yeah, we started talking about that right away on Sunday, and of course we re-emphasize it every day that, have fun in the homecoming activities, but don't put too much time, effort, and energy into that. Save as much as you can for the game, and then you can celebrate it on Saturday or whatever after the game. So yeah, we're always aware of that situation, and hope that the guys are listening when we tell them that.
Conference-wise, everybody's has played 2 conference games here so far. Abbotsford, Auburndale, Colby, Edgar, all 2-0 in conference. Obviously, the winner on Friday night moves to 3-0. With there being so many teams at the top right now, you may not have room for a loss. So, what's kind of your outlook on that when we're looking towards a conference championship, which is certainly one of the goals that's on your list, and so many teams performing really well this year. Loss would be not good for that goal.
Well, exactly. Even though, of course, as you mentioned, we have Colby this week. Well, next week we got Abby, who's also undefeated, who's had some big wins. And about a week after that or 2, we got Auburndale, who's in the same boat. So we can't get 2 up or 2 down, no matter what happens, because we all have to play each other. Obviously, 4 undefeated teams. Well, none of us have played each other yet, so there's going to be a lot of big games in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
There will be some losses to be assigned, and all that. But obviously, much better outcome with the win. You begin to kind of chase after that goal. It becomes a little more real, and week by week. I look at the score. Colby 48-8 over Loyal. Loyal's had some issues this year. But I look at that touchdown came in the 4th quarter. I wasn't at the game, so I can't say, but I can certainly tell you that you're a good motivator. Coaches are good motivators. Did Coach Hagan not let, right? But was he okay with Loyal scoring? Because now we've got some extra ammo to use at practice. We can kind of ramp up our guys. Did you ever do something like that where you were okay maybe with somebody scoring in a blowout? That way you could really, you'd have one more thing to lean into your players about that next week?
Well, we used to really focus on shutouts all the time. We had numerous years where not very distant either. I think in 2017 we shut out 10 of the first 11 teams we played. And so we've had those types of years. But now we don't really focus on that much anymore. Because we more focus on wanting to let the young guys get activity, because the games that the younger love are not guaranteed anymore. Several teams, they don't have freshman teams, or they don't have JV teams. So if you want your young guys playing, you pretty much have to let them play in the 4th quarter of varsity games if the game has kind of been decided. And in a lot of cases, the opponent not happy being down, 35 or 42 to nothing. They kind of put a licking on your young guys. But we don't really say much about that anymore. We're just happy that we get the young guys in the game, and they know Stratford game, Colby game, Auburndale game, Abbey game. Hey, it's going to be a different story. You're going to have to be ready to go for 4 quarters.
Yeah, I would fully expect this to be a four-quarter game on Friday, just like it was against Stratford. With that being said, okay, so we got the defending champs coming to town. It's homecoming week. There's always a big crowd at your games anyway. Now this will be standing room only. There's no doubt about that, because all of Colby will come down Highway 29 and be right here. There are people that will put out their chairs and their blankets. They reserve seats. You ever had anybody ask you, "Hey, coach, if I give you my blanket, can you put that over there for me?" Would that be something you would do to help somebody out?
No, I've never had that. We used to have best seats in the house. We still have them. We just don't use them anymore. But we have 4 cushioned chairs, that were tied together. We put right up in front of the press box, and we used to give those away to selected people. Usually it was parents of senior players. But, we don't do that anymore because we had complaints about other people wanting to know.
Yeah, right. They were 4 nice seats.
They were.
Yeah, seats will be at a premium, so get there early. I know against Stratford, I was 3:30. I probably came in to the stadium, and there were already people with their seats, their stadium chairs, and their blankets out there. So some people get a big jump start on it. Feel free to. It's for fans. Now outside the team, it's really a big party in Edgar on Friday nights. You got the fires off in the end zone and all the different stuff happening. So get down there early. Obviously a big game for both teams, and just a big game in the area. We don't often see 4-quarter games anymore.
Right.
A lot of time, and that goes across the board, all divisions and levels. Okay, so you headed on a plane on Wednesday. You went out to a place called Temecula, California, where it was about 50 degrees hotter there than it is here today. And you had all kinds of experiences out there. You told me about a hurricane and fires and air quality and mudslides and all that. But yet you got to see a football game in the middle of it. So tell us a little bit about the football game.
Yeah, it was a great game. Temecula Valley versus Chaparral, both from Temecula Valley. Each school of about 3,500 students.
Big schools.
And of course, everyone has turf fields and big stadiums and so on. It was at Chaparral, but about the same distance from my son's house to either his field or Chaparral's field. And so that didn't make any difference. But we did see all the weather conditions. First it was high heat alert, and then it became air quality and high heat, and then it became air quality, high heat, and gale force winds with the hurricane coming, and then it became torrential rains, and then it became mudslides. And so all these things were occurring at the same time. The game got postponed from Friday night to Saturday night. JV game and freshman game on Thursday both got postponed too, and that was because of air quality. That was before the rain hit, which hit on Friday. And so we had to change our flight, back it up a day, which we did, and got to see the game, and it ended up 24-20 right to the end, final play. Now, fortunately, my grandson's team won, so they were all happy and fired up, and it was a good trip.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it, and there are often choices in life, and sometimes you make the best choice, and it turned out on you always like your team to win. Now around here, a good weekend in the fall is a Wildcats win on Friday night, a Badgers win on Saturday, and a Packers win on Sunday. But we go back, while you were gone, we had the Wildcats win on Friday. Everything else, Coach, fell apart while you were gone. How do you explain that?
I was a little shocked. I was watching the Badgers game on TV before, their game on Saturday night. I was a little surprised by that one. The Packer game, well, they've had a history of not playing the best in the first game, so that one wasn't quite as big of a surprise, but hopefully we all get it straightened out this weekend.
Well, again, that's the goal. All right, Wildcats win on Friday, Badgers win on Saturday, Packers win on Sunday. That makes everybody in this part of Marathon County pretty happy anyway.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so good. Well, we'll wrap it up. Coach and I are going to have a little bit of lunch, and then we will see you at Football Edgar, 7 o'clock kickoff. Pre-game show on Zaleski Sports at 6:50. Tom King.
All right, we're back here after our halftime show. Unofficial first half statistics for the Stratford Tigers. 158 yards rushing, led by Kilty's 90 yards. 32 of them by Connor Weigel. 8 by Schiller. 28 by Glenn. 106 yards passing for a total of 264 yards of total offense for the Stratford Tigers in the first half this evening. Tigers lead the 42-8 lead here at halftime over the Nekoosa Papermakers. We'll probably see the starters for maybe a drive or two in the second half. Then I'm thinking we're going to turn it over to the underclassmen for the remainder of the game, second and third teams players. Nekoosa is 3 seniors, 4 juniors, and the rest are all sophomores. Very young, inexperienced team. They do have some big kids, and most of them are sophomores. Their quarterback's a sophomore. So the future looks bright, but they need to come up with some more numbers. They're low on numbers on their number of people suited up tonight. I think they probably only have close to right around 20 players suited up tonight for the Papermakers. Halftime a little bit longer than normal tonight. All the youth football teams and cheering squads for the youth program introduced here at Hiding Stadium. Nice crowd on hand for tonight's game. All those kids here, parents got to bring them, and stuck around and seen a good first half by the Tigers. Tigers got off to a quick start tonight. The opening kickoff, 78-yard kickoff return by Gavin Leonard. Danielson with the extra point. 15 seconds into the game, the Tigers led 7-0. Nekoosa was able to mount one drive first half. Scored on a touchdown pass to Jaden Hughes, and then the 2-point conversion by Wenzel made the score at that point 14 for Stratford and 8 for the Papermakers. And then the Tigers with 28 unanswered points to make it 42-8 here at halftime. Just about ready for the second half kickoff. Stratford will kick to begin the second half. Doing the kicking for the Tigers will be number 12, Braden Schuler. Deep for the Papermakers, Jaden Hughes and Vega. Here's the kick, fielded by Hughes at the 14-yard line. Takes it up, trying to get around the left side. Brought down around the 24-yard line. Papermakers will take over 1st and 10 at the 24.
Tackle by Zaleski.
Henry Zaleski on the tackle for the Tigers. Henry Zaleski, excuse me.
Be 1st and 10, Nekoosa from the 24.
Double wide to the right, slot to the left. Kretschmar in the shotgun, as he has been the whole entire evening. He keeps the ball, tries to get around the right side. Breaks it up inside. I would say a gain of 1 on the play.
Tackle by Sights on the play.
Sights on the tackle for Stratford. Gain of 1. Be 2nd and 9. Ball at 25. Very limited offense in the first half, but Jonathan Wenzel, fine running back from Nekoosa, did have a couple nice runs. One of them was a 50-yard.
Wenzel on the rush.
Wenzel on the rush this time.
Tackle by Kilty.
Gain of 1 on the play. 3rd and 8. Ball's at the 26-yard line. Just underway here to start the third quarter here at Len Lidke Field, Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. Stratford 42, Nekoosa 8. Papermakers back up to the line of scrimmage. Double split to the left. Here's the handoff to Wenzel.
Handoff to Wenzel.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Tackle by Weigel and Seitz.
Brings up 4th and 5.
Be 4th and 5.
Ball at the 29. Looks like the Papermakers are going to line up for punt formation. Deep for the Tigers. Glenn and Wrench. Bertling in punt formation for the Papermakers. Here's the snap and the punt. Fielded cleanly by Wrench.
Return by Wrench.
Only got about 3 yards on the return. Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line.
Ball's at the 44. First and 10 Tigers. Sorry, 42.
Tigers break the huddle. Split left, split right, slot to the right. Kilty lined up next to Schuler on the left side. Here's the handoff to Kilty, right up the middle.
Guilty on the rush.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Tackle by Wenzel.
Brings up 2nd and 7. Ball at the 45-yard line.
2nd 7 Tigers.
Unofficially, Kilty now up to 93 yards rushing for the Tigers. Double split to the left. Here's the handoff once again to Kilty, right up the middle. He's into the secondary. He's down to just inside the 40-yard line. Taken down at the 39. Gain of 16 yards on the play. Gives the Tigers a 1st and 10, ball at the 39-yard line. Tigers opening drive here the second half with a 42-8 lead over the Papermakers. Here's the handoff to Gavin Leonard on the carry.
Gavin Leonard on the carry.
Gain of 17 on the play. 17-yard run by Gavin Leonard gives the Tigers a 1st and 10.
17-yard run.
Ball down at the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 Tigers.
Here's Tubbs on the carry.
Jack Tubbs on the keeper.
Brought down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Tackle by number 22, Vega.
Gain of 14 yards on the play.
Gain of about 14. First and goal, Tigers.
1st and goal. Ball at the 8. 8:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Tigers looking to score again with a 42-8 lead. 3 wide, slot to the left. Here's Tubbs on the carry, looking to get around the left end. He's at the inside the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. Braden Schiller with the touchdown run for the Tigers. 3-yard touchdown run. Now 8-yard touchdown run. 8-yard. Touchdown run by Schiller. At the 8-minute mark, makes the score Stratford 48, Nekoosa 8. Tigers lining up for the extra point. The kick is no good. Score remains Stratford 48, Nekoosa 8. We'll take a quick timeout for one of our sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Stratford Tiger Football on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
All right, back here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. Stratford leads now 48-8 over Nekoosa. Evan Danielson to kick off for the Tigers.
And back to kick for the Tigers.
And here's the kick, a low line drive, fielded by Burton.
Burton on the return. Tackle by Tubbs.
Tubbs and Leonard on the stop for the Tigers.
Leonard.
Nekoosa takes over 1st and 10. Ball's at the 25-yard line. First and 10, Papermakers.
Nekoosa from the 25.
Here's the handoff to Wenzel up the middle.
Wenzel on the carry.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Tackle by Becker. Schmidt. And Rich.
Host of Tigers on the tackle. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. Ball's at the 27-yard line. 28-yard line, excuse me. Double slot, wide right. Here's the keeper by Kritchmar. He's going to lose 2 yards.
Tackle by Foles. And Cole.
Foles and Kolb on the tackle for the Tigers. 3rd and 8. Ball's at the 27. Wide left double. Here's a handoff up the middle to Wenzel. He's up to the 20.
Tackle by Foles and Becker.
28-yard line, 29-yard line. Be 4th and 1
There's a 4th and 1.
at the 34-yard line. 4th and 1. .505 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Stratford leading 48-8. Here's a handoff right up the middle to Wenzel. He gets enough for the 1st down.
And off to Wenzel, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Tackle by Becker.
Tackle by Becker.
Ball now at the 37-yard line. First and 10, Papermakers. Here's the handoff to Posh. Trying to get around the left side. Gets maybe a yard on the play.
Tackle by Tishy and Becker.
Tishy and Becker on the tackle for the Tigers. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9. Ball's now at the 38-yard line.
It'll be 2nd and 9, Nekoosa.
Papermakers break the huddle. They got it wide to the left. Double slot. Kretschmer in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking deep. Pass intended for Thielen is incomplete.
Pass intended for Thielen is incomplete.
Guarded on the play by Jack Tubbs.
Coverage.
Pass incomplete. Third and 9 for the Papermakers. Here's the handoff to Wenzel right up the middle again. Brought down by Tishy.
Wenzel tackled by Tishy. First and 10, Nekoosa.
Gain of 11 on the play. First and 10. Ball's at the 49-yard line. Wenzel running behind a very young and inexperienced offensive line has still had a good night running the ball for the Papermakers. Got to be close to 100 yards with one long run of 51. Here's Kretschmer back to pass, trying to get around the left side. He does so. He's down inside the 35, pushed out of bounds around the 31-yard line. 32. Gain of 19 on the play.
We have a sale at the concession stand. Pizza is $3. Brats and hot dogs, $2.
First and 10 for the Papermakers. The ball's at the Tiger 32-yard line. 1:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Stratford 48, Nekoosa 8. Here's Kretschmer on the keeper right up the middle. He breaks to the left. He's in the open. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Touchdown. I didn't see the single. Touchdown for the Papermakers. 32-yard touchdown run by Kretschmer. Makes the score now 48-14. Injured Tiger on the field.
Xander Curtis, the injured Tiger.
Xander Curtis, the injured Tiger, looks like he's holding his left wrist maybe, or his right shoulder. Nekoosa lines up to go for the 2-point conversion. Score now, Stratford 48, Nekoosa 14. Illegal procedure.
Penalty against Nekoosa.
Why would they have that penalty there if it was a touchdown?
So that's what I thought. He marked him out of bounds at the 2.
One guy said touchdown.
It is. That's why they put it in the middle.
So the extra point will come back from the 8-yard line after the illegal procedure penalty, 5 yards. Here's Kretschmer trying to run around the left side. And he's brought down. Extra point is no good.
First tackle on play by Walker Weiss.
Walker Weiss with the sack on the extra point conversion. Score remains Stratford 48, Nekoosa 14. We'll take a quick timeout for a message one of our sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Stratford Tiger Football here on Zaleski Sports.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Back here at Lookie Field, Hiding Stadium in Marshfield, Nekoosa with a score on their first drive of the second half. Make it Stratford 48, Nekoosa 14. Kicking off for the Papermakers is Bertling.
Miller and Tubbs back deep for the Tigers.
Here's the kick. Quick onside kick. Recovered by the Tigers' Caleb Wrench. Bounces on it.
Kicks recovered by number 7, Caleb Wrench.
Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. .59 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Ball be at the 44-yard line.
Stratford with a lot of their subs now into the game. Second unit offense. Here's Tubbs on the carry. He's at the 50, the 45. Brought down on the play by
Tubbs on the carry.
Bertling.
Number 59, Bertling. Ball be at the 43. First and 10, Tigers.
From the 43 to the 43. That's 14 yards. First down, Tigers. Just about 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Here's the handoff to Ryan Becker. Gets up with a slight limp. Gain of 3 on the play.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Ball is at the 40-yard line, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. With the score, Stratford 48, Nekoosa 14. We'll take a quick moment from one of our sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Stratford Tiger Football here on Zaleski Sports.
R&R Flooring in Spencer is your place for the best in innovation and lowest pricing for your flooring project. New or remodel, tile, carpet, hardwood, ceramic, cork, you name it, R&R Flooring is ready for you today. R&R Flooring supports area programs like the broadcast you're watching and also supports area suppliers so you get great quality and pricing that fits your budget. Go to R&R Flooring today to see their showroom of flooring, furniture, mattresses, and custom-built showers. R&R Flooring in Spencer.
First things first with Mid-State Technical College. Dual credit programs earn you college credit in high school. Then choose a path that suits you. Use your skills to start your career or transfer to a university to continue your degree. Choose a new career. Transition easily and quickly by upgrading your skills. or continue your education with dozens of classes to get you on your path. No matter your stage of the game, your first move is Mid-State Technical College.
Back at Heiding Stadium for the game of the first play of the fourth quarter. Stratford 2nd and 7, ball's at the 40. Reed Miller with the carry.
Miller on the run.
Tackled at the 37-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play.
34 Tigers.
3rd and 4.
37.
Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Stratford 48, Nekoosa 14. Here's Tubbs on the carry. Right up the middle. Looks like he gains a yard.
Tubbs on the keeper. Tackle by Faulkner.
Faulkner on the tackle for the Papermakers along with Sam Ward. Gain of 1 brings up 4th and 3. Ball at the 36-yard line. Stratford with many of their subs now into the game, second stringers. Here's Tubbs back to pass. Quick pass intended for Caleb Wrench. Pass was incomplete. Papermakers hold and will take over on downs.
Takes over on downs. Ball to 36.
10:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Kids from Nekoosa have to play basically the entire game. They only have, I would say, close to 20 players. They have kids that got to play all the time. Here's the quick handoff up the middle to
Bertling on the run.
Bertling, Jacob Bertling.
Tackle by Kilty. And Sights.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. Ball back at the 33-yard line.
Bertling on the carry.
Bertling once again on the
Sights and Dahl.
on the carry. Brought down by Sights and Dahl for the Tigers. Loss of 4 on the play. Makes it 3rd and 17.
3rd and 17, Nekoosa.
Ball back up to 29. Here's the quick pass complete to Hughes. Trying to get around the outside. Brought down at the
Complete to Hughes.
Tackle
by Tishy and Leonard.
38-yard line.
Pass on 8, Nekoosa.
Tishy and Leonard on the tackle. Gain of 9 on the play. Makes it 4th and 8. Ball at the 38. Punt formation for the Papermakers. Joseph Bertling to punt. Here's the snap. Almost goes overhead. He drops it. He's going to pick it up and try to run with it, and he's going to be dropped.
Bertling tackled on the play by Hadlock.
Isaiah Hadlock on the sack. Tigers are going to take over First and 10 from the 24-yard line. Loss of 14 on the play.
Will be at the 26. First and 10, Tigers.
Tigers break the huddle. 2 split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Tubbs on the keeper trying to get around the left end. He breaks it inside. He's at the 20 to 15, down inside the 10.
Tubbs on the keeper, tackled by Posh.
Gain of 15 yards.
9-yard line. First and goal, Tigers.
First and goal for the Tigers. Ball's just inside the 10 at the 9. $17-yard run by Tubbs on that play. And handoff and fumble on the play. I don't think the Tigers were able to recover it. Nekoosa did recover it.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Wenzel.
Wenzel on the recovery for the Papermakers.
First and 10, Nekoosa from the 10.
Nekoosa's going to take over first and 10 at the 10. 7:50 remaining here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. Stratford 48, Nekoosa 14. Here's the snap and handoff to Bertling.
Bertling on the carry.
Loss of 5 on the play.
Tackle by Schmidt and Lewick.
Loss of 5 gives it 2nd and 15. And we have a timeout, Nekoosa. With this timeout, we'll take a quick message from one of our sponsors. Once again, you're listening to Stratford Tiger Football on Zaleski Sports.
Timeout, Nekoosa.
Stone Innovations, home of Wisconsin's largest granite and quartz selection, is now featuring the best stone shopping experience in the state. Our brand new indoor facility allows for a home-like, comfortable atmosphere. Choose from hand-picked stone from around the world and select the perfect look for your dream kitchen in the best lighting possible. Then sit down with our free design services to customize the look of your kitchen. Our projects come with a lifetime warranty. Stone Innovations, Wisconsin's granite and quartz leader. Appleton, Rhinelander, Clover, Madison.
All right, live back again at Lidke Field after a Nekoosa timeout. We have 2nd and 15. Ball's at the 5-yard line. 7:24 remaining in the game. Stratford 48, Nekoosa 14. Here's the snap to Kretschmer. He might be sacked in the end zone for a safety.
Kretschmer's tagging in the end zone for a safety.
Kretschmer had to reach up high to get the snap, brought it down, but he had nowhere to go. Several Tigers there tackle him, makes the score Stratford 50.
Assisted by many other Tigers.
Nekoosa 14, 7-17. We'll take time out for another quick commercial. Looking to Stratford Tiger football on Zaleski Sports. It's 30.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information.
All right, we're back here at Glen Ludke Field, Hiding Stadium. Stratford with a safety, making it 50-14. Nekoosa to kick to the Tigers. Nice kick. Taken by, I think it's Matt Foles on the carry. No, Tubbs on the carry. Brought down at the 45-yard line. Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
Ball's at the 45. First and 10. Tigers.
.645 remaining. We're back to our 35 or greater lead, so we'll have a running clock here as long as Nekoosa doesn't score before the Tigers score. Here's Tubbs on the keeper, trying to get around the right side. Gets away from Posh. Inside the 40, brought down at the 37-yard line.
Tubbs on the keeper, tackled by Bertling. Second and 2 from the 37.
Gain of 8 on the play. Second and 2, ball's at the 37-yard line. Here's the handoff to Reed Miller. Penalty on the play.
Reed Miller on the run, penalty on the play. Tackled by Ward.
Ward and Vega on the tackle for the Papermakers.
Holding indicated
Holding against the Tigers. It's going to move the ball back to the 46-yard line.
Second 11 from the 46.
Second 11, down to 5:08 remaining here. Here's Tubbs back to pass. He's going to be sacked for a loss. Wintland.
Brings up third down.
Loss of 4 more on the play.
Nice to see you guys wearing your T-shirts donated by the Stratford Quarterback Club.
Third and 15. Ball back at the midfield stripe. Stay tuned for our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Coach Tubbs will join us. Hopefully one of the Tigers players, whoever he chooses for an interview after the game. Here's a handoff to Reed Miller, trying to get around the left side. He's at the 40, down close to the first down, around the 35-yard line.
Tackled by number 43, Boswell.
Just shy of the first down.
Brings up 4th and 1 from the 36.
Gain of 14 by Reed Miller. 4th and 1. Ball's at the 36-yard line. Give Coach Tubbs a chance to meet with his players, and we'll do a quick interview, and we'll grab a player. Have our post-game report. Sponsored by Nasonville Dairy. 4th and 1 for the Tigers.
Delay a game indicated against the Tigers.
Delay a game penalty against the Tigers.
Makes it 4th and 6 from the 41.
going to push the ball back to the 41-yard line, making it 4th and 6 for the Tigers. Fourth down, 6 yards to go for the Tigers. Here's Tubbs back to pass. Looks to his left side. Pass is
complete to Zaleski.
Complete to Henry Zaleski.
Looks to be about an inch short.
Marked just shy of the first down. Nekoosa's going to hold on downs.
Take over on downs. First and 10 from the 35.5.
First and 10 for Nekoosa. Ball's at the 35-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in tonight's game. Quick moving last couple minutes with the running clock. 36-point lead by the Tigers. Here's a handoff to Bertling. Gain of 2 on the play.
Bertling on the rush. Tackle by Schmidt and Chapel.
Schmidt and Chapel on the tackle for the Tigers. Gain of 2 makes it 2nd and 8. Ball's marked at the 38-yard line. .110 remaining here at Lindlicky Field. Here's a quick pass, complete to Posh.
Pass to Posh is complete.
Up to the 42-yard line. Gain of
Tackle by Wrench and Tubbs.
Gain of 5 on the play. 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 4. From the 42.
35 seconds remaining. Tigers return to CWC Large School Conference action next week. On a tough one on the road at Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. We'll see how Wittenberg bounces back after their 31-28 loss at the hands of Amherst last week. 7 o'clock next Friday night. Here's Kretschmar on the run. He breaks midfield, brought down at the 45-yard line.
Kretschmar on the run. Tackle by Chapel.
And that's going to be the final play of the game. The final score, the Stratford Tigers 50, Nekoosa Papermakers 14. Stay tuned for tonight's Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Hope to catch a word from Coach Tubbs along with our selected Stratford Tiger player of the game.
Everybody please drive home safely.
Once again, we'll show you a couple commercials, and then we're going to close her down until we can get a hold of Coach Tubbs. Thank you for watching Stratford Tiger football here on Zaleski Sports. Stay tuned for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show, where I'll get a hold of Coach Tubbs and a player of the game from the Stratford Tigers.
You gotta do that.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
All right, back here for the Nasonville Dairy post-game report. Coach Tubbs talked in our pregame show that you wanted to get the team off to a good start. How would you assess how things went in the first quarter tonight?
Hey, great kickoff return by Gavin Leonard for a touchdown. So we wanted to score on special teams and have a big play. That was awesome. Our guys started all fast, and I think we maybe got our foot off the brake a little bit or off the gas a little bit, and that's probably some of it on me too. Kind of looking ahead, we got a big game with Wittenberg too, so we want to make sure we're healthy. But I thought overall, we played well. It's always fun to play. This is our home game, so the kids were excited, and I thought we were ready to go tonight.
So the offensive line pretty much dominated a young Nekoosa interior. How would you assess the blocking and how they performed tonight?
I know there's a lot of pancake blocks, and Coach Kafka gives out pancake stickers, so I know Jackson got a few, and Johnny and Cash, and it's good to see our guys being physical up front, especially when they're having some line stunts and some bigger guys up front. But real happy with how Braden, Schiller, and Ashton kind of did a little schoolyard ball too, where they see each other. Ashton's wide open, and Braden had enough sense to get him the ball, and so Ashton had a big game for us as well. So it's fun to see we can get our passing game going. We still got Kohler Kilty who runs the ball really well, and Connor Weigel had a nice long touchdown run tonight too. So really happy with our offense and our defense. We got to get ready for a good Wittenberg team. And
it was nice to get a lot of kids into the ball game tonight.
Yeah, it's fun. Being a coach, you got kids work hard all week. Scout team guys, they don't get a lot of opportunities, and this is one of the games we circled to say, hey, let's try to get everybody in, try to keep everybody healthy, and that happened tonight. So fun to see.
So I don't want to put a lot of pressure on you looking forward to next week's game, but Wittenberg is an awful strong program again this year. What do we got to look forward to next week?
We were one play away from beating them last year, and they graduated a lot of really good players, and they still got their big running back. Goddardman's going to be the one that we get our focal point, but they have a good team. Our JV team should have beat them last year. It came down to one or two plays, with them. So we feel that we have a good chance to win. And I know they're a good team, and they're coming off another week who they're playing this week. But we'll have to wait and see and watch them on film. But I expect us to be in a physical game.
Well, thanks again, Coach, for tonight's post-game report, and we congratulate you on the win and look forward to seeing you next week against Wittenberg-Burnhamwood.
Thank you for the coverage.
All right, we have the player of the game tonight from Nasonville Dairy post-game report. Tonight's player of the game for the Stratford Tigers, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, Jackson Norman. First of all, Jackson, I wanted to ask you, what is it like to play on a facility like this? I know it's not like a home game, but in reality, it's better than going and having to travel on the road all year.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone at Marshfield that made this possible for us. This is a really nice field. It feels like home games. We got a bunch of fans here. I really appreciate that everyone come out and support us. This feels like home sometimes.
That's great. So one of the reasons why you were picked as player of the game tonight is we've seen several pancake blocks where you were taking care of your guy. I know Nekoosa's inexperienced, a lot of underclassmen, but the offensive line tonight did a really good job opening holes for the backs.
Yeah, we were preaching that all week. They're big, but we knew they were young, and we just had to fire off the ball hard and do our job. And that's what we did tonight. We communicated very well, and we all did our job.
Okay, just want to take a minute to talk about next week's game with Jackson. What do you got to look forward to with Wittenberg next week?
I feel like they got a good program, solid running game. They've lost a lot of players. I feel like we should be able to just come in there. If we do our jobs, we should be able to shut them down and do our stuff.
All right. Once again, this is Jackson Norman, our player of the game, and we'll look forward to seeing him next Friday night. All right, now I need you to do it. I'm Jackson Norman. I'm in the house. Do it good.
Okay.
Put some effort in.
All right.
All right. Take the mic.
No.
Go ahead.
Jackson Norman. And
all right. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.